Hi, and welcome to Mustang Movies with Matt and Christy. I, as always, am Matt Carter.
And I'm Christy Bootham.
And we have quite a show for you today. We have 3 movies we're going to discuss, first of which being Death Race, actions, explosions, death, all of which are included, as you would probably expect from a movie named Death Race. And then you're going to go into The House Bunny, Wes, and then we are going to finish up with a joint review of Hamlet 2. That's right, we are going to rock me sexy Jesus on these seats in a very limited time, so you want to stay tuned for that. There will literally be dancing. Probably
oh my
not.
gosh. I was not informed of this.
I know.
I've not agreed to this. This is not in my contract.
There's a contract? How come I haven't seen it? Okay, well, we're going to start off today, though, with a movie that debuted with a respectable total at the box office and has slowly slid down since. It's the new Jason Statham action explosion fest Death Race. This is actually a remake of a movie called Death Race 2000, but this new version is incredibly more ridiculous, incredibly stupid. It has some really cool explosions here and there that make you think, oh yeah, this is a great guy movie, but it's really not. There's no substance behind it. And I could go on and on and on about the problems with this movie. First, I'll just start off with the story. You have an ordinary guy who has a good living. He doesn't really say what kind of living he has, but he used to be a hardcore race car driver. Then suddenly one day he gets arrested, and it's this new, of course, post-apocalyptic world. That's the new sort of theme in movies. I love making them post-apocalyptic, especially director Paul W.S. Anderson, who did the Resident Evil movies. And in this world, people look upon prisons for entertainment, such as the Death Race. It's what this man is recruited for, obviously, which is this several-day event where they race around the tracks hoping to get their freedom without dying in the process. And it's more or less one of those typical car races around the laps, projectiles fly out of the cars, missiles, tacks. It's like you're watching an old 60s Hanna-Barbera cartoon with more language and more gore. And I'm sure that's a lovely thought. But Jason Statham in the lead role, he's just the same Jason Statham character in The Transporter, except a little bit tougher or a little bit more extreme or whatever else, because this is an R-rated movie, whereas the Transporter movies are PG-13. But there's really nothing else to see here unless you're a huge fan of car-related action films, because there's no memorable performances, there's no even memorable moments. I mean, you have an okay cast, Tyrese Gibson.
I'm gonna win this race because I want out of here.
And you have Joan Allen, who's done several good movies, and she kind of plays the evil prison owner who recruits everybody into the death race and frames Jason Statham's character for getting him in.
Lucky a driver like me just happened to turn up in your prison.
Oh, I'm more than lucky.
But none of this really works, and the main problem is it's all right for a movie to be unbelievable. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with unbelievable movies, you know this. But this movie is just so unbelievable and so silly, it makes you wonder how they get by with it. And the last scene of the movie is probably the most ridiculous of all, because they just randomly decide to throw a love interest in out of nowhere just so you can see Jason Statham with his ridiculous muscles kissing somebody as the end credits roll. So I would recommend you avoid this movie, get in a car, go on your own race away from Death Race. It's not worth your money. If you like action movies, hold on for Quantum of Solace later this year. It's a Bond movie. It'll be a million times better. Trust me on that. Any thoughts?
Nope.
Well, thank you for allowing me to go on my 3-minute rant about how
Was it only just 3 minutes?
Oh, it was probably longer than that. But I just have an issue currently with action films that completely insult everyone's intelligence. You don't have to do that to be a good action film. Look at the Bourne movies. They were intelligent, and they were interesting, and they still made you sit in awe at the special effects. So put some more story into this, guys. You can do it. But when we come back, Christy will have a review of The House Bunny.